Alright, hey Capricorns, and welcome to your reading. Um, all my information is in the description box for you guys if you need it. And we're just gonna get started. We're just gonna get right into it. But yeah, if you want a personal reading or if you want to donate to the channel, all that stuff is in the description box below. And also, I'm in the process of doing some upgrades, so we're gonna see how that works. But I wanted to do you guys reading today. I did it before, but it just didn't feel right. And today is the Capricorn full moon, so I feel like it's perfect. So let me get 3 cards, please. My Capricorns in this full moon, what do they need to know right now? Ooh. That's what I love though, is that like anytime I ask for like oracle cards for y'all, they just come out like that. So like, you see how I didn't have to do it more than once? Like, all 3 fell out at the same time. For other times, it's like, okay, sometimes 1 will fall out, then 2, or like 3 will fall out at the same time for y'all, or like, 1 by 1 they'll come out for some signs. But you have a lot of purple here, which for me is like crown chakra energy. And, so I feel like you're being divinely guided, which is real full moon energy. You have 2 full moon cards here. The first one is Show the World You, full moon in Aquarius. The second one is It's Time to Release Negativity, full moon in Scorpio. And the third one is Expect Powerful Change, new moon eclipse. So right off the bat, I feel like this is like you letting go of somebody. And maybe it might not be what you want, like to let go of that person, but it's going to lead you to what you want. Because you have the 9 of Cups here at the bottom of this deck. Underneath that, you have the 9 of Wands, which is like, 9s are about nearing the ending of a cycle. 10 would be like the ending of a cycle, completion. But you have water energy and earth energy. I feel like this is like both the emotional and the physical. You're about to get what you want. You're close, but it requires a little more from you. And that little more may be for you to step up and be accountable, or to build the foundations that you really want, because you have the Emperor here as well. So I feel like that's that. It's kind of just like breaking through all the mental stuff to just do what you have to do, because even though you may not see what's next, there is something next. And that something that's coming up next is more of what you want, to be honest, than whatever you have now. But the crown chakra too, another thing with the crown chakra, so it's like purple, it could like violet, like white, silver, but also the crown chakra is about worry. So if you're feeling like real worried right now, it's a call to like pull on your higher power, get connected to whatever you believe in, and really tap into what your higher power wants from you right now. You have the King of Cups, so like kind of just trying to get perspective and get, balance in your emotions. Especially because you got balanced spirituality and practicality at the bottom of the deck, and that's full moon in Pisces. And sometimes it talks about like a last ditch effort, because Pisces is the last zodiac sign, and so kind of like revealing the last pieces of a puzzle. And so for some of you, that might be like, oh, you're finally getting to the last piece of the puzzle, and you're like, oh, this isn't what I want, so like it gotta go. And for some of you, you're getting to the last pieces of the puzzle, and it makes perfect sense. And so it's like, okay, now I can get the change that I want because I have the full picture. What's this first one? Ooh, that's too many. Jeez Louise. I'll take what flipped over. So you have the Four of Swords and the Hermit. So I feel like this whole showing the world the real you might require you just like taking a break and going within, because maybe like in order to show the world the real you, you need to heal from whatever this was first, or just like, you know, taking a break to recharge so that you can like keep going. You see this hermit, he looks old. He's been at this for a while, you know. So like maybe you just need to take time so that you can keep going. You see how like the road here looks kind of like scraggly. It's a little rough. It's not super big jagged rocks or anything, but it is still rough. So it's like you do need to have it's giving me like the energy of the road less traveled. And so kind of sometimes on that road, like you see how kind of it's like rough and bumpy. There may not be room for other people. And so you might have to just really like be to yourself for a while. And that's okay. Like that's you digging into you. So it's the real you. It might feel like, oh, well, I'm not playing to other people, and that's okay because you're being you. So, and then you have the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So it feels like you're ending a cycle, and not choosing to carry everything anymore. Like not being so burdened or weighed down by your actions. What's this one? Ooh, okay. Okay. Mm. So we have the Three of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Then you have the Tower and the Five of Pentacles. So, oh Jesus. Then at the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress, I'm sorry. But we had the Emperor earlier. So this is like true pair energy, but it could also be just like the divine feminine and divine masculine within yourself coming together. Because union of self brings union of other things around you. Because like as within, so without type shit. But basically, time to release negativity. So with the Three of Wands, you know, it's about like waiting for your ships to come in, or just like, you know, expansion and things. And so I feel like you're waiting for growth, or you're waiting for something, and in order for you to get that, you kind of have to like release the shit behind you, you know. And then you have the Seven of Wands here, and that's like being defensive, fighting for yourself. So maybe like expanding into a place where you don't have to fight everybody, expanding into a place where you don't have to feel so defensive about everything, which is more like authentic, more like you. So like taking a break and, you know, taking that time sauce alone to get to a place where you don't have to fight to expand, you don't have to fight to grow, you can just grow. And you don't have to feel so jaded and like left out in the cold, you know. That's what I'm getting. Also, this is a lot of like I haven't really seen much earth energy except for the Five of Pentacles. So this is like fire energy. Scorpio is of course water energy. Aquarius is air energy. Four of Swords is air energy. Hermit, that's Virgo, that's earth energy, but it's not your energy. So, but I mean, I guess it's earth energy. Okay. That was weird. But the Two of Wands, so it's kind of like deciding between. And this Two of Wands card, he's deciding between like chaos and like what he wants. He's deciding between good and bad. He's seeing both sides of the world, the good and the bad, the hardships and, you know, what it's worth, all that stuff. This is really like taking time out to see the whole situation and then deciding what you want. That's what it's giving me. What's this one? But and deciding what you want doesn't even have to mean like choosing an option, but deciding what you want as far as like choosing to choose yourself. Like deciding, okay, well, I'm going to go with whatever makes me happy, or I'm going to go with whatever doesn't make me feel like I have to fight it all the time. And then once you choose that, once you choose to go with whatever makes you feel like you're expanding and you got stuff coming in, that's when you get this powerful change. Because right now, you're kind of just sitting there like, oh, well, you know, kind of like seeing that you have options, seeing all this water, like water is like emotions and stuff. So seeing all this like emotion behind you, seeing the tangible things, seeing that there are some secrets with the moon here, seeing or holding communication, maybe communicating with the person, thinking about the person, but being blind to like what's really going on. So like, or choosing to just ignore what's really going on. But either way, that seems like it's going to come to an end. What's this last one? Yep. Yep. Ooh. Okay. We got the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which again is more fire energy, but it's, you know, aces are about new beginnings, and the Ace of Wands is about like new action. So I feel like for some of you, you're procrastinating on taking action and refusing to decide, so the divine is going to decide for you. And it's going to end up leaving you out in the cold and making you possibly feel lonely, but it's what you need because you're drained. And by you doing that, you're able, like, by the divine kind of like putting you in that timeout, it brings about change. And then for some of you, this is like, you know, the more evolved Capricorns. This is like you choosing to be alone because you want to get rid of that feeling. Because you don't want to feel like, you know, it's kind of a mentality of like, I would rather be by myself than be surrounded by like bullshit. So it's like choosing to be alone and like choosing to not see the bullshit and choosing to just like delve into self and work on you. And that light, you know, brings you to this. Because right now, you're holding on to something. But once you get perspective, once you get the real truth of all of that, it brings about an ending. And you step into this Queen of Pentacles energy. So, I feel like that's a lot of aces there. Beginnings. 4 came up a couple of times. It's like foundation. 5 came up. There's change. 2 is like duality. 7 is like luck and divinity. But even a 3 and a 7, the difference between 3 and 7 is 4. So I feel like by you releasing the negativity, you're getting to the foundation of what you want. I remember the Emperor and the Empress came out. So I feel like this is the union of your divine masculine and divine feminine energy inside before everything comes outside. And so it's like stepping out of old things to step into new things. And that's, I mean, for some people, that's a smooth transition, but not everybody it goes that way. And I feel like that's where this Five of Pentacles and this Four of Swords energy is coming in. That feeling like you're exhausted, depleted, tired, even though it is upright. But then also feeling like, left out and alone if you this Two of Swords could also be just like denying self. Like, you feel this way because you're being blind to the other shit. But the moment that you stop, like, you take off this blindfold and you start to actually, like, battle the shit around you, you actually, like, start to hold the light to it and see it, is when a change occurs. And maybe that's why all this fire energy is here. It's because you're missing the action. It's like, if you took the action, if you put the action into yourself, into what you know you need to do, it would come. The change would come. But it's not coming because you're not doing it. And you think you're doing it because you're doing what you want to do. But what you want to do and what the divine wants you to do might be different things. So, just like coming into self and figuring out things and what you need to do, where you need to be, what you need to be doing. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Let me see, actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull another card for y'all out of this oracle deck. I love this deck, but I don't really use it a lot. But every time I use it, it's always the perfect timing. Like, it's exactly what I need to hear. So I love it. Okay. Anything for Capricorn to just tie up this message? Anything for Capricorn? Anything else? Ooh. I'm not going to take all those. Ooh. One more, please. On my Capricorns. One more. Okay, you have no place like home at the bottom of the deck. And again, okay, we're having a full moon in Capricorn today. So things are being revealed. So this might all be like just kind of an epiphany happening. This was upside down. Okay. I'm going to read some of these because yo no sé. Pero me encanta. Okay. So, this one, the Truth Be Told card. Ooh, and it's coming up under the expect powerful change, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. So it says, where are you being honest with your I'll just hold it like right side up so y'all can see it. It's okay. Y'all know it's in reverse. Okay. Where are you being honest? Where are you being dishonest with yourself or others? If you're unhappy in any area of your life, look for signs of denial. This can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding, or acting with hidden agendas. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth. Even if you don't like what you hear, acknowledging it will be a key to a beautiful new future where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial impose on you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than truth is required now. So literally, that ignoring and being denied, you remember what I said about like self-denial, like literally ignoring all this shit around you, when if you would just hold the light to it, you would get to the shit. And I feel like that ties into the next card, because the next card is round and round. We got a solid Fibonacci spiral here, okay? The spiritual quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. So remember, we're talking about like the Hermit and not being like a journey inside, and the Four of Swords being like taking a break after like being exhausted and stuff. So that's like taking that break out after that karmic cycle or whatever it is. It's probably karmic, let's be real. Taking a break after this karmic cycle and actually just learning the lessons, going within and asking like, what just happened? What's going on? What's the perspective? So that you can actually learn the lesson and not go round and round again. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is that you're standing at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. Are you wondering, how did I get here? Again, does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You've been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again. Only different this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. Wow. So this is basically telling you to open your eyes and really take a look at the situation so you don't repeat the same shit again. It's again, like I said in the beginning, like letting go of something so you can really get to what you want. I love it. We love to see it. If you actually let go. Okay, and then there's a prosperity message too. If you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it's because you've been invited to see what you couldn't before. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives you have in your attraction to the opportunities and people who have entered your life to be a part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them when you find yourself in a repeat of a pattern of the past? It's a good time to get a coach or mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works and not what doesn't. Then you will free yourself from the old cycles and cease going round and round. So I feel like it's just asking you to take a new path. Like, you've been here before. Are you going to take the same actions? Are you going to do the same things? Are you going to better yourself? And I feel like Capricorns, y'all have that a lot because not only do y'all get to see the perspective of your life, but y'all also get to see the perspective of other people's lives. And I feel like y'all are the only cardinal sign that is really like that. Like the other cardinal signs, they kind of get to look into people's lives, but I feel like y'all kind of really get to see deeper because people tell you that. Not because you're super wise and insightful or anything, but because people reveal more to you. But also, with people revealing more to you, and that's for a purpose. People don't just tell you shit to tell you shit. People tell you shit because you should be listening. People tell you shit because messages are being sent to you constantly every day, and you're ignoring them and thinking, oh, that just applies to that person. That just applies. No, it applies to you too. It was said to you for you to hear it. You were supposed to hear it and do something about it, but you keep doing this. So then the divine steps in, and the tower is gone, but the divine steps in and does this. Because you think you don't need anybody's help, you think you don't need any wisdom, you don't need anything. So I have to make you feel left out in the cold, broke down and tired, so you can ask for help. And that's kind of ridiculous. But big earth sign energy is whatever. Okay. We love to see it. Okay. So, chop wood is the last card. Um, Being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple joys in your life. Considering why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blossoms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. Nothing is as important right now as to just do what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. This is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into. Sorry, got to turn the page. Space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple, just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. So, whew, I'm getting hot. But, basically, um, I find it interesting that that came up with the fire cards, like about expansion and being defensive. So I feel like the this kind of telling you to, while you're waiting for your ships to come in, while you're waiting for all that, just go ahead and do what you gotta do instead of trying to like fight so hard and being defensive. You need to release that negativity because it's all coming in for you. But the more you sit there and worry about it, you're just slowing down your manifestations. So yeah, that's a wrap. I feel like that explained that pretty well. And um, good luck. This full moon energy is definitely hitting heavy, but you know Mercury is direct now. We're in the shadow period, so you know we ain't got too much longer. But have a good day, y'all. Good luck with all this, and just do what you gotta do. Breathe, take a rest. It's all right. It's perfectly all right, cause you're gonna get the answer. But all right, bye, Capricorns.